Support him. You can't vote for him because he'll be picked by Truth. So just support him and keep track. We'll keep you guys updated as well.
We'll keep you updated on Joao Fabiano and the Truth. But meanwhile, welcome to round 5 of Grand Prix Providence. We're here in Providence, Rhode Island, thanks to TJ Collectibles. They're at tjcollect.com.
It rolls right off your tongue.
It does. It kind of just rolls. You know what? I want it to roll, but it can't. All right, so we're going to watch Eric Froehlich. You see, you can look at him right there. He's trying to Fireball t-shirt. And he's playing against Josh Leyton that we won't be able to see just yet. We'll watch these guys shuffle.
I know a couple players are talking about that some of the Channel Fireball guys were on the blue, white, red deck that we saw, a similar version of it.
I think it's just the one that they're playing is just blue, white.
Oh,
they're not playing Lavamancer, yeah, but they're playing the Stoneforge package.
Should be interesting to watch. We're seeing how, like I said, Stoneforge, people are saying it's the best creature in Legacy now.
It's pretty good.
Turn 2 Stoneforge, and it used to be Dark Confident and Tarmogoyf.
You're going to see maybe more Spell Snares now in the format because it's a card that it's almost like a 2-for-1, right? If you Spell Snare a Stoneforge.
Yeah, doing that.
It's like a 1.5 and
Land still could be the huge deck with the ability to play Mental Misstep, Spell Snare. There you go, Josh Leyton there.
There's everyone's favorite Raptor, and not the Rapture, like
he didn't disappear.
Yeah, he didn't disappear. He's the Raptor with a W. All right, so both players are looking at their openings. Josh didn't like his. Guess it's going back. Already started some rumblings.
So is So Eric Froehlich he has to be the most successful pro Magic and poker player combination.
Well, I mean, is this weighted because David Williams came in second at the World Series of Poker? So what is that? Are we just going to add up the money? Are we adding up the money?
We can't add up the money. It's unfair. I think Eric Froehlich has more bracelets. He has 2, I believe. David has 1.
He's well-rounded.
But then his Magic success outweighs David.
Yeah, actually, Eric's been doing very well in Magic. David's been having a lot of like coming in 9th and 10th. I think there's a couple of GPs where he barely missed top 8. And
he's doing good, but Eric wants to hold that title. He'll have that title.
But maybe they have some like little competition going between the two of them.
And meanwhile, Volcanic Island for Josh, it gets wastelanded immediately by Eric.
For Wasteland, I guess we're gonna. This is you know what? This is Eric Froehlich playing, so I'm sure his deck is pimped out.
I always hear Eric Froehlich is looking for a nice mint beta if you ever have him. Power, of course. And he goes with a Judge Promo Flooded Strand.
I guess that's the classiest of the Flooded Strands you can get. You can have a regular foil.
The regular foil Japanese one's worth a lot more than that one.
But this one, I think this one's harder to get, right? You can just go to Japan and get a foil Japanese Flooded Strand. Nothing cool about that.
Maybe he has the rarest of all English cards. Okay. Eric has another Wasteland. Might be what he wants to do here. He's going to Wasteland the Tundra. So Josh looks like he's on some 3-color blue, white, red, black, 4 colors.
Could be a Landstill deck. I thought I saw. Did I see a Pernicious Deed over there? There's Force of Will. If usually there's that many colors, it's probably a Landstill variant. There's a lot of 4-color Landstill variants.
Looks like foil Mental Missteps in there too.
He's probably the one that bought that foil Japanese one. after you let it go. That's crazy. Is that a Beta Tundra?
Beta Tundra.
Are we just gonna gawk over all of this guy's land? It's like
for people who like nice looking cards, Eric's deck is something to look at.
Oh, there's a Spell Snare. So I think this is a
Landstill.
It's gotta be a Landstill variant.
So Josh's hand has a couple brainstorms, Scalding Tard, Force of Will. He's brainstorming right now. Eric's thinking. Sounds like he might have a mental misstep or just put on the show. See, how many Tarmogoyfs have you seen this weekend?
We just saw the one that AJ topped off, peeled off the top of his deck when he had no cards.
But how many Stoneforge Mystics?
A lot more.
Stoneforge Mystic is that maybe that's a card you invest. They just dropped in price now because they're coming out in that event deck that Wizards is about to release.
It's a very good
so
card.
it could be a perfect time to try to pick them up.
Is that the Autumn Mishra's Factory?
I'm not familiar with the seasons of them, but
Well,
it is
there's one
it's
for
Quickities.
Season.
I mean, I'm not familiar how each one looks
I think there
like.
has to be.
Other than
Summer.
the winter
That's
one.
the summer one.
The winter one, obviously, I know, but
Yeah, that's the summer.
Okay.
One. I think the summer one is the ballerest of all of the
is
Mishra's
it
Factory.
the rarest
Yeah.
of rare?
So there's a Stoneforge Mystic. Is this still on the stack, or did it
I
already?
believe so. Lance, Spell Snare again.
Spell Slayer along with Mental Misstep. I love the blue decks that are just just cramming all of these counter spells, the missteps, the spell snares, force of wills, even counter spell. It feels like the LCMU Drago deck, except no, it's just 4 Whispers of the Muse off from being that deck, and I think Randy Buehler's somewhere just watching this going, man, I wish I could play.
He probably has a stocking stones in there too.
Just one stocking stones, like
just a throwback. So
Randy will put the stocking stones in his version, definitely.
All right, so we just saw the Stoneforge get countered by Spell Snare, responded by Mental Misstep, and Josh topped it off with a Mental Misstep of his own, all paid by the alternate cost, just to dodge the potential of a Daze. Spell Snare of his own. Looks like they could both be on the same deck. We don't.
It's a good chance that this is a
mirror
mirrored match. I think they're all been testing together. These are both Channel Fireball guys. So
There's Stoneforge Mystic again. Josh must be thinking, it's like, how hard do I have to try to get rid of this guy? So a fetch land will be correct for a Brainstorm most likely. And Josh is going to find a way to deal with this Stoneforge. Alright, so Brainstorm, let's see what Josh sees here. He has no cards at hand right now, so there's a Jace in this Brainstorm. Can't see the rest. Oh,
there's a flooded strand.
So Jace, Flooded Strand, and one other card that we can't see.
Well, we're gonna get to see it because it looks like he's gonna keep that one. Changed his mind. He doesn't want us to know what it is. Come on, Josh. Let us see that card.
Come on.
You don't have to hold your card so exactly perpendicular to the table. You don't have to do that. Lighten up a little.
So
relax.
There's a foil Batterskull.
Oh, maybe I could trade. You think he'll run trades with my new Batterskull that I fair and square won?
Gerard opened my pack and then he took it from my pack. There's Wasteland on Underground Sea. And it looks like Eric was going to start being able to have a chance to pull ahead here once his Batterskull enters the battlefield. Did you see some of the new wording for M12?
Yeah, some of the new terms.
Like die, they're just using die now for Ghost to the Graveyard since Ghost to the Graveyard.
Yeah, I remember when it's when Ghost to the Graveyard from the battlefield is now dies, and I remember Brad not liking that word being used.
Yeah,
like things don't die, but I guess now it's they do die. It's a fact of life.
It's happened. So, all right, Mistress Factory gets activated, goes into Dark Confidant. Of course, no trade's going to be made. And a Daze is going to be for Josh overlaid in there.
Josh just has all the counter spells, and he just drew a Stoneforge Mystic, so this is a mirror. So it looks like this is the play the best counter spells, the best 2-drops. It's just all card advantage and counter spells, much like Drago.
It feels like standard Cargo, but they just upgraded cards. That's what it really feels like.
It's a little bit more.
They've upgraded a lot of things. Tectonic Edge to Wasteland. Play more colors because you're able to. Your counter spells are better. It's just a super upgraded version. Like, who needs Squadron Hawks now when you can play better creatures?
These days, this game's don't get nearly as clogged up as a cargo mirror. Someone gets strictly ahead and then gets away with the game.
So Daze, which is good for Josh since Eric can't sneak in the Batterskull into play.
I don't know if you noticed that a lot of times when players are playing Legacy, you notice that look how many cards both these players have in their hand. Eric Froehlich has 2 cards, Josh Erlin 1 card, and he has 1 card in his hand and a active Dark Confidant in play. So all of the cards in Legacy are just so cheap and efficient, and they get the job done, and they do what they gotta do, and then sometimes they're just gone, or they're just force of willed, or they're counterspelled, and there isn't a lot of play this card, draw 3 cards, refill. Yeah. It's, you know what, I could play this 1 card and it'll probably kill you in a few turns. Or I could play this other card and, you know, it'll get me slow incremental advantage.
So Josh drew 2 Scalding Tarns, 1 off Dark Confidant and 1 for his regular draw. Or a Scalding Tarn and an Arid Mesa, 2 lands. And it looks like Josh might just go for his Jason Mind Sculptor right here. Alright, and well,
I mean, the coast could only be clearer if he didn't know that. I mean, he knows there's a better skull, so this is as clear as the coast could be for laying Jace to Mind.
So what do you do with Jace? You just draw with Jace and then...
I think you brainstorm and you prepare to block the Batter Skull to keep your Jace alive.
Does Batter Skull have Trample? I can't think.
No, it just has Vigilance and Vigilance and Lifelink.
Okay.
I think that's it.
And Batterskull. Alright.
So the man with the classiest deck in the room uses a folded up piece of life score paper as his
What you
token.
don't know is that folded up piece of paper actually has George Washington's autograph on the other side.
Maybe I should give him a truly classy Rashad token.
Who made that one?
We'll show this later. I'm thinking about letting them use this.
That's a nice one.
It's pretty classy for his deck.
That is so sweet.
But I need to. I mean, I don't want to actually lose this, so that's why I don't want to give him this token.
He might replace it with like a $20 bill. Factory gets pumped up by the other factory. Survives Dark Confidant.
I'm gonna. Okay, should I run it over there?
You want to?
I do, but I may not get it back.
You could ask him. Could you give it back to me?
Well, I don't think they're gonna take it from me. It's just you know, people will forget it over there.
You're scared.
I am.
You guys have to see this token if Rashad will ever let you see it.
It's pretty sweet. Okay, I'm gonna go do it.
Rashad wants to show off his token so bad that he's gonna leave the booth to go over there and switch Eric's signed autograph by George Washington piece of paper for his Rashad in a new outfit. If you guys could see that, that is a Rashad token in a tuxedo that someone altered for him. And Rashad's coming back. He seems like the happiest guy in the world.
That's a one of a kind, so you guys can expect to ever get the Rashad in a tuxedo.
Who altered it for you?
Eric Klug.
Okay, that's really sweet.
He's awesome.
Is it pro bono work for Rashad? 2 factories. And Batterskull. There we go. I think they're attacking Jace the Mind Sculptor.
Yeah,
What do you think?
this looks like a get that Jace out of there attack. I think you just let Jace bite the dust and just
Now
try
you
to
ride
live.
your Swords to Plowshares. Oh no. It's
Oh no,
factory.
he can block and pump if that factory is not summon sick.
Yep, he's able to save it.
Right, so
Oh, it
Jace-
is summoning sick. Eric keeping careful track of the board, knows it's summoning sick. Wait, doesn't his
Yeah, one of his factories are in the graveyard.
Oh, so he's just attacking Josh instead. He's forgetting Jace.
Oh,
Josh
well,
is
I mean,
at
he
1.
was at 4. I didn't notice he was at 4, so now he's at 1.
We've been so focused on the Jace that we just ignored the life totals.
Well, here's Jace. Can Jace get something done? He can't do it, so Eric Foyle's going to win game 1.
Do you feel worried now that your
I know. I don't know
Rashad
where.
token's
I
off
don't
the
know.
screen?
I don't know where my token went. Which way did it go? Which way off the screen
Well,
did it go?
if Rashad's
Yeah.
token's missing, we could always blame Killblur.
Yeah, if my token goes missing, I'm blaming Kibler, definitely.
GameUetc.com reminds you to always blame Killblur. They have Blame Killblur monster binders, Blame Killblur t-shirts, and of course all your magic needs. You can go on Blame Killblur on Facebook, tinyurl.com/BlameKillblur. And as always, they give a 10% off coupon for your entire purchase by just using the GG's Live code. Go there, buy some stuff, and use the code to show that you guys are watching GG's Live and you're glad for their support. So blame Kibler. Now these guys have to have been testing this matchup a ton. If all of your players in your group decide on the same deck, you know the ins and outs, and
I'm sure they're ready for the mirror. They probably didn't want to have to play
This
each
early in the
yeah,
tournament.
this early in the tournament. No one wants to play their friend this early in the tournament. Unless we're both in the tournament, and then I want to play you round 1 and round 2 so that I can start off 2-0.
ooh,
You like that? You like how I snuck that
I'm
one
gonna
in?
reclaim my Batterskull in the
Wait,
games.
wait. I need this for my EDH deck. I need to. Godo needs to get a friend.
The first win, I'm just gonna call the judge and like, he only has 59 cards. You're like, huh? How would he know that?
No.
And I have my binder sitting there in the front page and I have a Batterskull. It's like, it's the only one I own. Alright, so on Josh's side, he took out the Force of Wills, and it looked like Mental Missteps, and he's bringing in various Red Blasts, Thought Seize, and I can't tell what else.
It's hard to tell, especially if we're. Oh, excuse me. You know, both of these players are. They are fans of right angles, so you know they try to keep their cards as perpendicular as possible.
Keep it impossible for us. I feel you guys have what we're playing with.
We need to put speed bumps on the table so that they can't keep their cards straight up and down. It's inconvenient to do that. I would never do that to the players.
I still can't believe Gerard opened that Batterskull. See, he's done it on Magic Online, and he did it with a random pack from my backpack.
I don't know.
You're just trying to get the conspiracy theorists out there around.
I don't know. People are agreeing with me.
Yeah, the moon landing was fake too, right, Rashad?
I mean, it could have been easily faked.
Yep.
Matt Nass won game 1 on the other table.
Matt Nass is a winner of game 1 on the other table. Not sure what decks both of those players are playing, but you can read the coverage of that article by Brian David Marshall. He's the one who's doing that for dailymtg.com. So whenever that, I think that should be up.
BBDM.
That'll be up in a little while. Well, BDM and I are going to be in Nagoya in a couple of weeks.
You excited about Nagoya?
Yeah.
How was Nagoya impacted through?
It's far from the coast.
So there's no real impact or anything.
I think there isn't going to be any, like all the
Well, I mean,
awful pictures are like on that's the east coast
All
of
right.
the island, so it's okay. Like nothing really happened over there.
I'm glad that that tournament wasn't rescheduled or anything, and just nothing affected there. And the Grand Prix went off without a hitch a few weeks ago.
All right, we're off. People are asking if we're going to get some LSV action. We'll see what we can do. I'm guessing that he's also playing this deck that we're seeing.
Yeah.
So if he's
Hey, who's been picking the feature matches? Have you or just BDM?
it's been BDM and
Nate Price.
Nate Price.
All right, so you could use the Magic Pro Tour Twitter.
Yeah.
Message the Magic Pro Tour Twitter and say, give Gigi's live so and so versus so and so, or at least one of them. It'd be harder to find a match. But
Yeah, I mean, usually you want to get a match where both players are known, and so you know you got to get a really good match.
Yeah.
A lot of times LSV may be playing someone that could be a very good player, but
He hasn't made his mark.
Yeah, he
It's
hasn't
gonna
made
be
his
the
mark
Grand
yet.
Prix. He made his mark, but so far no.
All right, so it looks like we have dueling brainstorms.
I'm surprised it's an F&M brainstorm foil. It's not a Mercadian Mass one, or
Yeah, he could have done better. I'm a little bit concerned. I don't know where my altered art tuxedo token is.
it's off screen.
I know it's off screen in the worst place. I don't.
I love this. Your worry is your token. You won't be able. Is that a Ancestral Visions in this deck? I think I saw it, but you're not able to focus on the mesh entirely because.
No, I'm focused on the match.
Yeah,
That's a Tundra. It's
I
beta.
heard it fell.
Beta Tundra.
I heard a little tick, and I think that was your card fall.
No, it's just that I think that not that I think anyone would take it. It's just, what if someone took it?
It's all right. Mental misstep on Brainstorm, and Josh is considering to break his Arid Mesa, and he has a Red Blast. I believe it's a Pyroblast and not Red Elemental. We'll find out soon. Or maybe it was Red Elemental and not Pyro. That's Red Elemental Blast, right?
Yeah. So, Josh wants that Brainstorm to resolve. He needs to see something new.
And another mental misstep. And Brainstorm does not resolve. Look at this fight.
You got to get your edges any way you can.
Josh has a Batterskull in his hand. Stoneforge Mystic. And now Josh is the first one with Stoneforge on the board. So with Sword and Fire Ice picked up, Eric probably knows that Josh already has Batterskull in his hand. It's hard for me to believe that. Ooh, Videlkin Shackles.
So is this going to be the fight? You play you play your Stoneforge Mystic, and I take it.
I don't know if he's taking a Stoneforge Mystic or he's going to take the Batterskull, whatever Batterskull's equipped to.
Well, I mean, he needs one more island, I guess. That's all he needs. But if he takes the Batterskull, or if he takes the Germ token, then Josh could just move the Batterskull to a different creature.
Yeah. He'll find some way to. He'll figure out what the best play is. Crucible of what is it called?
Crucible Worlds, yeah.
Yeah. I always call it Crucible. I forgot the second part. Batterskull is going to jump into play here. 3 islands for Eric. So not enough to take the Batterskull token. And are your nerves calm though?
I feel better on multiple levels because 1, I see my token, and 2, I see my token. I am class A.
It kind of looks bent right now.
No, that's the screw down that I have it in.
Stoneforge Mystic's going to put in the sword that was found earlier. It's going to get equipped to the Germ token with Batterskull, and Eric's going to have to exile the token.
Oh no!
Oh,
Protect me.
brainstorm in response. Another mental misstep.
Wow,
by
that's
Eric
like the
Froehlich.
double sting because that brainstorm he needed to get some extra cards. I mean, the brainstorm prevents drawing into a mental misstep or any other
Yeah.
counter spell, but it also just prevents him seeing those extra cards and getting a better.
The shackles fall off if the power. I forget now. If the power increases.
I think it's just a targeting restriction.
Okay, so he could steal it in response to equipping.
I believe that. Yeah.
You can just steal it. Oh, he has his own Batter Skull in his hand, I believe.
Like, I want to pay 2 mana for a 4/4.
Yeah, I believe he does have his own Batter Skull in hand. I think I saw that when he was shuffling through his hand last time. This is a pretty entertaining game for me here. Here's Crucible.
Crucible Worlds lets you play land cards from your graveyard, which turns out to be a great card advantage engine because you use a fetch land and you never miss a land drop. So that's one less land that you need to draw, and one less land that you can draw.
And if you start getting your wastelands too, you start just eating up your opponent's side.
Wasteland every turn.
It's been a while since I've seen Crucible around, but it's always been a popular and strong card in Legacy. Josh is in the tank here.
He's trying to figure out how
Times
not
got
to
hard.
lose. He doesn't like losing.
He's trying to figure out. It's like I got Stoneforge out first, and I have Sword of Fire and Ice out, and Eric Froehlich
and no
just-
creature.
Yeah.
You know what? The deck is so creature-like. All it takes is one Shackles in play, and you know what? Whatever threat you decide to equip,
onto it, yeah.
he gets to take. So it's similar to in Standard where a Tumble Magnet would neutralize a creature and equipment, but this does it even better because you get the creature.
And there's Batterskull. And Batterskull isn't legendary. Maybe they made it.
Oh, come
Oh,
on.
you remembered.
Okay,
You remembered.
there we go.
I don't want to get in trouble.
He was about to get in trouble.
There's Eric. He's like, I had Misty Rainforest again. It's like, I'm at 14, now I'm at 18. Doesn't matter. This Misty Rainforest is going to be miserable all day. So Batterskull goes back to Josh's hand. Josh has Batterskull, Jace the Mind Sculptor. Couldn't see what else was in his hand. Here's Batterskull. That's hard casted. And Eric doesn't do anything.
Draw something awesome.
So he's gonna. It looks like he'd probably just trade Batterskulls since his Batterskulls are a little more mobile.
I could class up that other Batterskull token.
Oh, Jace, that handles Batterskull token.
Handles it really good.
And there you go. Bounce the token. Yeah, Josh can't afford to be doing that all day with his Batterskull. Bouncing it, paying 3, and then paying 5.
I mean, he can afford to do it. It's just that
Yeah, it's just
he's not going to be in a game long enough to do that enough times.
So now Eric has a Jace the Mind Sculptor. Josh has a Jace in his hand. Things are just looking bad for him. He's just a step behind Eric. The key to this game really was the Videlka Shackles. And naturally drawing the Batterskull.
Yeah, I mean that helps.
That helps.
I don't think that's necessary, but it definitely helps.
It really helped this.
I'm not sure if both of these players have identical sideboards, but if they do, I think Josh knows that he has to know that it's the Videlka Shackles that's the key card in the sideboard.
Josh has to just put out his Jace here and makes. He has no other option and hope his Jace resolves to kill the other Jace. And he's sitting with a Jace a Scalding Tarn, and a mystery card.
Laser Land is a little bit off the screen, but there's a Scalding Tarn, and there is Jace the Mind Sculptor. In hopes of getting rid of that Jace. Yep, so the 2 Jaces go to the graveyard. So do they die? Do Planeswalkers die?
I don't know if Planeswalkers die. I think that applies to only creatures. Wording and creatures have changed.
Yeah, Planeswalkers, they just go to another plane. They're like, we're done here. Sick of this place. I'm gonna go check out the Aether Flues.
Rashad's bashing again. Eric's having a blast here. This game's real fun because it feels so much card advantage with that Misty Rainforest bumping back and forth.
I think this game is awesome because I'm there in a tuxedo. I don't even own a tuxedo.
You don't own a tuxedo? I thought that's what you wore to the movies.
Sometimes. I wear my velvet jumpsuit.
Velvet jumpsuit?
It's so sweet.
Was that to see The Hangover 2?
I haven't seen that yet because I haven't watched the first Hangover, and I don't want to go to that movie and be lost.
Yeah, like, comedies are really in depth like that, and if you don't know what happens in the first one, you can't laugh at the second.
It's kind of like watching Arrested Development. You can't just jump in middle of season 3. There's Battle Skull again. It's back. Force of Will. Get it out of there. We're paying 5. Alternate casting cost of 5 mana.
And Eric's hope goes down the drain right there. I mean, Josh's hope goes down the drain. I'm at least slowing down and trying to be in it.
I think it might just be a matter of time. I'm not sure what Josh can draw, but Eric is in a commanding lead.
I think Eric's having so much fun. Maybe he won't try to kill him. It's like, I just want to have more fun. So countered your Batter Skull. How can I possibly lose? Oh, wait.
Let's go get another equipment that I can put into play.
Sword of Fire and Ice. Put it in play for free. Equip. La da da. My name's Eric Froehlich, and I am the greatest right now. That's a Judge. I really like this Judge Promo Sword of Fire and Ice. Have you seen this Judge Promo Sword of Fire and Ice? It has the original border on it.
Really?
Yeah, so if you're looking up close, you can't really tell here, but it has a classic artifact border on it.
Oh, really? So it looks like a white card? Or not that artifact border. Oh, the brown border?
Yeah, brown.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really cool. If you're still judging, you would probably have one by now.
Yeah, I would. I probably wouldn't have it for long. So down comes the Sword of Fire and Ice, using the ability of the Stoneforge Mystic.
All right, and here's the kill.
Attacking for more than 6.
Oh yeah, but the back is there.
What is that?
Source of Plowshares from one of the dual decks.
Dual deck Source to Plowshare.
It's the one with Elspeth in it. That came with Elspeth and Tezzeret. Here's Batter Skull. Is this going to smash? Josh doing what he can. But plays a Dark Confidence, so he has a couple blockers. Still hoping that he might be able to pull this game out, but I think most of us realize that this is not going to work out well for him. Some more fetching over there by Eric. Alright. So, having some technical difficulties, so we don't know the exact life total. Our hotel is like 15 minutes away.
What could Josh do to get out of this? Draw really well.
Like Josh. Also, the Shackles is untapped and gives back the Stoneforge Mystic. Eric decides that he'd rather have the Dark Confidant. He takes the Dark Confidant, brings it to his side. Two trump blockers for Josh. And now an Ink Moth Nexus. So.
Are we going to see some poison? Oh, no, that's Blink Moth Nexus.
A Blink Moth Nexus, yeah. I keep saying Ink Moth, even though I know it's not, and it just comes out.
Could have been Ink Moth. But that's it.
Eric easily takes down that match. So congratulations, Eric Froehlich, and advanced to 5-0 with this.